Hi kids, my name is Jess. This is Dan, and we're here tonight to read you the story, My Perfect Pony. This story is written by Gabby Goldsack and illustrated by Michelle White. It was summertime on Marymead Farm, and all the ponies were dozing in the meadow. Dan really likes this book. They all looked happy, but one little pony looked particularly pleased with the world. His name was Pepper. He was happy because he was the luckiest pony on the whole Marymead Farm. He wasn't the most handsome, the smartest, or even the fastest pony. But Pepper didn't mind one bit. He knew he was the luckiest pony on the farm because Lucy, the sweetest, kindest, most loving little girl that a pony could ever wish to meet, owned him. I'm going to give Dan a quick carrot so that he behaves. You're doing a good job, buddy. Lucy adored Pepper. She thought he was perfect in every way. She gave him a juicy carrot every time she saw him. And she spent hours and hours grooming his unruly mane. Lucy was never mad or mean and always took Pepper for the nicest of rides. She ignored the other children and their ponies when they laughed at Pepper for knocking down the odd jump or for going slower than everyone else. "They're just jealous," she'd whisper, "because you're the best pony on the whole farm." And most of the time, Pepper managed to believe her. After all, Lucy was always right. One summer evening, Lucy rushed out to the meadow with a piece of paper in hand. "Look," she cried, "there's going to be a gymkhana tomorrow, right here at Marymead Farm. There are going to be games and jumping, even a showing class. I can't wait. I know that we're going to win lots and lots of lovely rosettes." As Lucy rushed off to spread the news, "Okay, Dan, you need to behave," Pepper flicked his ears anxiously. He wasn't sure that he liked the sound of a gymkhana. It didn't seem like his sort of thing at all. How could he hope to compete against all the other ponies who were so much bigger, faster, and better looking than he was? "Oh dear," thought Pepper, Lucy wants lots of lovely rosettes and I don't want to let her down. What am I going to do?" Later that night, when darkness had fallen over the meadow, Pepper crept past the other ponies as they slept. "All I need is a bit of secret practice," he thought, eyeing up the jumps at the far end of the meadow. "Then I won't let Lucy down." Pepper raced towards the jump at a flat-out gallop. "Whee!" he cried as he sailed towards the first jump. Then, "Ouch!" he yelped as he knocked it down with his belly and it fell to the ground. He barely paused before he bravely sped to the next jump, but by now he was going too fast. Uh-oh, Dan. There was no way he could take off in time, and he skidded into the jump and knocked the whole thing flying. As Pepper staggered to his feet, he heard howls of laughter. He'd made so much noise that he'd woken the other ponies. "Oh dear," laughed Bluey, the largest of the ponies. "I didn't think you're built for jumping. Your legs are too short to go fast," said Swallow, the quickest pony on the farm. "You're far too scruffy for showing," said Ebony, the sleek and vain show pony. "And you're too fat for gymkhana games," finished Bonnie, who had won more rosettes than all of the other ponies. When all of the ponies had gone back to sleep, Pepper hung his head in shame and wept. "They're right," he sniffed. "I'm no good for anything. I'm bound to let Lucy down at the gymkhana. What would she want with a useless pony like me?" As these thoughts tumbled through his head, Pepper fell into a restless, dream-filled sleep. In his dream, a beautiful white horse appeared before him. Around her neck hung a shiny silver charm. "Don't be afraid," she whispered. "I'm the great white horse. I've come to help you." Pepper blinked as she called, "Fly with me and my lucky charm to see the best pony on Merrymead Farm." Then, much to Pepper's surprise, he felt his feet lift from the ground. "Whoa!" he cried, waggling his legs in the air and soaring through the sky. "Hey, I'm flying!" he shouted to the great white horse. "Now look below you," said the great white horse. Pepper looked down on a familiar scene. "It's the farm," he cried. "And look, Lucy and I are trotting past the geese." "Yes, and look at all the other ponies," said the great white horse. "While you march bravely past the geese without any fuss, they shake with fear or run away. I bet their owners wish they were more like you." The great white horse reared up and tossed her flowing mane, and the scene beneath them changed. "It's the meadows," smiled Pepper. He watched as Lucy came out to catch him. As always, he raced up to meet her. All around, ponies fled in a stampede of hooves. None of them wanted to be caught by their owners. Next, Pepper watched as the children got their ponies ready for a ride. He couldn't help smiling as he watched himself and Lucy rubbing noses. That was one of their favorite games. Behind him, Pepper could see Bluey putting back his ears and waving his back leg at his little boy. "Ooh, that's not nice," gasped Pepper. "Exactly," said the great white horse. "It doesn't matter what happens tomorrow. You are brave, loyal, and kind. You are the perfect pony for Lucy. Just be yourself tomorrow and everything will be all right." The following morning, Pepper woke up feeling much better, and after Lucy had braided his mane and tail, groomed him, and his coat gleamed, and painted his hooves a lovely black color, he almost felt confident. He knew he looked his best, but then so did all the other ponies. The first class was the jumping. As Pepper entered the ring, he remembered his failed attempts the night before. But then he remembered the words of the great white horse. "Just be yourself and everything will be all right." Pepper eyed the jumps. They set off at a steady trot. Slowly but surely, he sailed clear over each jump. Nearly there, he thought, as he launched himself at the last jump, but just as he thought he'd made a clear round, his back hoof tapped the pole and it rattled to the ground. Poor old Pepper couldn't believe his bad luck, but Lucy was delighted, particularly when she was given a green rosette for coming in fourth. In the egg and spoon race, Pepper trotted so steadily that Lucy didn't drop her egg once, unlike many of the other owners whose eggs were flipped this way and that. They didn't win or even come in second, but Lucy was delighted when they were given a yellow rosette for coming third. And they did even better in the pole bending, even though Pepper's round belly made it rather difficult to bend quickly around the poles. "Well done," said the judge, as she awarded Pepper a beautiful blue rosette for coming in second. The final event of the day was the showing class. All the other ponies are much smarter than me, thought Pepper, but as he trotted around, he remembered the words of the great white horse. "Fly with me and my lucky charm to see the best pony on Merrymead Farm." He was so busy enjoying himself that it took a few seconds to realize that the judge was calling to him and Lucy. "And the winners are Pepper and Lucy," the judge said again, and pinned a red rosette to Pepper's bridle. Then he hung something shiny around Lucy's neck. "It's with great pleasure that I award you the Lucky Charm Award for Best Pony in Show." "Okay, Dan," he said as he smiled at Lucy. Pepper looked at the charm and gasped. It was the same as the one the great white horse had worn. Perhaps it hadn't been a dream after all. "Thank you, great white horse," he whispered. The end. Thanks, kids. Thanks for letting Dan and I read you a story. I was really surprised when Pepper and Lucy got the best in show at the end of the book. What a great story. I hope you all are being safe and staying well, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.